Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. And you people are victims of it, too. You know, you're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get... You don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know people and friends of yours that happened.
Looking out at a packed press room, he said, "Most of you here know somebody who's been mugged or killed. It's that bad." And they nodded because it's true. Today, Trump declared a state of emergency in Washington, D.C., announced the federalization of the Metropolitan Police Department, and ordered the National Guard onto the streets within 48 hours. The control period is set for 30 days, but can be renewed again and again until the mission is complete. In emergencies, the president can take direct control of the MPD, something that has been done before in other forms, like the Financial Control Board of the 1990s. Adding fuel to the fire, a DC police commander has been placed on leave amid allegations that violent crime figures were deliberately downplayed. Supervisors allegedly instructed staff to underreport serious offenses. That means the opposition's argument against Trump's move isn't grounded in reality. It's built on manipulated numbers. And nonetheless, even if you take their numbers at face value, DC remains one of the most dangerous cities in America. That's the truth, and it's embarrassing. And here's the example. House Democrat leader Hakeem Jeffries tweeted, "Violent crime in Washington, D.C. is at a 30-year low. Donald Trump has no basis to take over the local police department." That's exactly the problem. Pointing to statistics while ignoring the reality on the streets. They would rather reflexively oppose Trump, even at the expense of public safety. And that, in my opinion, is another reason why they are sitting at the lowest approval percentage in history. Trump calls D.C. a test case. If the strategy works here, it could be the template for other cities where violent crime is out of control and local leadership has failed. My friend.
Listen, now, obviously, we got to talk about this whole D.C. situation because, as you heard, crime is out of control. Absolutely out of control. And it's kind of weird how Democrats, whenever Trump says anything, they just automatically come out against it. It's that's the Democrat Party at this point. Whatever Trump says, we're completely against. Whatever Trump does, we're completely against. And it's just like, that's not really a great strategy. Your polling numbers are at an all-time low, and they're not coming back up. I don't get it. They would rather just, Trump's a liar over actual human safety. It just doesn't make any sense. But here's more information on the DC, as they're calling it, the takeover. Now let's dive in.
Our team coverage continues now as we continue to look at how the people of DC are responding to today's big developments from the White House.
That's right. News 4's Amy Cho is live in DuPont Circle tonight. So, Amy, we know demonstrators are gathering there tonight, but not everyone is against this move. Tell us about the people who are actually supporting this change.
Yeah, Sean, that's right. We've heard a variety of reactions today to the announcement from the White House. Some people expressing anger, but others expressing happiness and saying they were frustrated with crime. As far as the situation we are at right now, this is a protest against the Trump administration that just got underway a few minutes ago here at DuPont Circle. You could hear those chants from protesters saying Trump must go now and holding up signs that say the same. This is the second such protest we've seen today, with folks saying they do not want the federal government to take over the D.C. Police Department. But again, other district residents have told us they are happy with what's going on, saying they're fed up with feeling unsafe in their home city, and they welcome the Trump administration taking over D.C. Police.
D.C. united will never be defeated. Calls for solidarity as some district residents protest the Trump administration's takeover of D.C. police.
But he isn't interested in actually helping people. He would rather demonize homeless D.C. residents to score cheap political points and stoke division.
We will not stand here and allow authoritarianism in Washington, D.C.
I want everybody to go talk to your neighbors. I want everybody to put out D.C. flags. I want you to put out Free D.C. banners. I want you to put out the Free D.C. logo.
But other district residents say they're happy with the president's announcement.
And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control.
I'm just ecstatic. I've been saying that a long time ago. The federal government should take over the D.C. Police Department.
Leroy Thorpe is a native Washingtonian who founded the volunteer group Citizen Organized Patrol Efforts, also known as the Red Hats. They walk the streets of Chinatown doing violence prevention work.
With the mayor being in power so long, I think she's kind of used to how things are going, and I think Donald Trump really wants to clean it up. And I'm all for it.
During this morning's White House press briefing, Attorney General Pam Bondi spoke about one high-profile murder in the district from 2023. That was the case of Reggie Brown, an elderly man with cancer who was beaten and killed on Georgia Avenue by 5 teenage girls, ages 12 to 15. Social media messages revealed in court indicated they did it because they were bored.
No more crime rampant in our beautiful capital. No more teenage girls beating a disabled man to death. No more of that.
Brown's sister Nazia tells News 4 she was glad to see her brother's case got the Trump administration's attention.
I was very happy to hear that. Very happy. He's trying to make a change. He's trying to do something about it and make the city safer.
Nazia says she wants to see harsher punishments for juveniles who commit murder. Right now, they can only be held until they turn 21. However, she does not like the idea of the National Guard being called in and worries about police brutality.
I'm definitely 100% against that. The National Guard is on a whole nother level.
It comes as the Trump administration has already stepped up law enforcement here in the city, with 450 federal agents patrolling the streets over the weekend.
Protesters here was telling me they plan to be out here for several hours this evening. Now, as far as the increased federal law enforcement presence here in the district, the White House was saying those federal agents made several arrests this past weekend for charges like carrying a pistol without a license, driving on a suspended license, and riding a dirt bike. This comes as DC police data shows violent crime is down 26% in the district this year. Guys.
And that's been the recurring narrative. Crime is down this year. Crime is down. Yeah, down from what? All-time highs? So just because it's down doesn't mean that it's great. Doe's employee, Big Balls, just got the crap beat out of him trying to protect the chick. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous. And listen, I think I said this on, I believe I said this on the second channel, Extra Rich. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to the second channel, Extra Rich, okay? I'll upload some different kind of content over there. But, I think these juveniles should get longer sentences. Why are you letting them out at 21? Lock them up and throw away the key. I don't care if they're 14, 13, 12. That's the new age of kids that are committing all of these violent crimes. Lock them up for the next 30 years. Give them 30. I don't, listen, and I know people are going to say, well, they're kids, Rich. Yeah, these kids are killing people. They're killing people. So I don't care that they're kids. I don't care that they're kids. The gloves are off. These are little demons out here. I mean, it is crazy. Robbing people, shooting people, murdering people. Oh, but they're kids. I don't care. I don't care. Give them 30 years, 40 years if you have to. I don't care. But you see what's happening is these young kids know that they're not going to get long sentences because they're kids. They know that they're going to be back out on the streets or they're just going to get a slap on the wrist. So stop doing it. Stop doing it. I agree with that chick said towards the end where she said at least Trump is trying to do something, right? Somebody got to do something. It's getting ridiculous out here. And even on MSDNC, right? This one chick said, she said it. I don't think she was supposed to, though. And you can see Al Sharpton. He did not like it at all. Check it out.
Is an increase in federal surveillance and guns on the streets really the answer here? Rena?
Put it this way, Rev, it's a starting point. And I'm not somebody who says that lightly. I say that as somebody who has been a D.C. resident for nearly 2 decades. I have seen firsthand what D.C. has gone through post-pandemic, and it has been tough. And though crime may be down right now, it will come right back up because Mayor Muriel Bowser's leadership has failed time and time again. And I have given her a chance Many people across the city have given her a chance to say, you can do better for us. You can keep our communities safer from violent carjackings that have resulted in deaths on K Street, which is a business hub, death of an Uber driver simply trying to deliver food in Navy Yard. These stick out to me because these aren't isolated incidents. It's just part and parcel with what comes with raising a young family in the nation's capital like I have. Those things she all mentioned are all fine and well, but none of it speaks to how safe Washington, D.C. actually is. It is not a safe city. It is not a city that is well run because guess what? The minority seat on the council has never even been, in my recollection, for at least a decade and a half, if not more, been occupied by a member of a minority party. I'm talking about Republicans. So blame can be put everywhere. And I don't want to make this a partisan issue. My heart sinks when I think of the countless young people who are committing these crimes, boys as young as 14. We know there's a fatherlessness crisis, but I am saying this. The mayor needs to acknowledge that the city has failed, and she has had many chances to prove she can do better. The council has had many chances to prove they can do better.
But is it the mayor's job or the president's job? A president that pardoned people that beat up policemen, law enforcement on videotape. Is he the right one that people can have confidence in when he pardoned hundreds of people that literally in Washington, D.C., stormed the Capitol and beat up law enforcement people and called for the hanging of the sitting vice president?
Rev, I completely feel in line with you and aligned with you when we talk about those January 6, 2021 rioters. Those people should not have been given pardons. President Trump is back in office, so he is the one that, unfortunately, when we look for the federal government to step in, he is the one at the helm. And what I can say is this: I don't like it when the federal government has to step in and overstep a state's authority. Now, D.C. is not a state. For example, in California, when President Trump decided to...
Okay, they're going to get into a whole rant, and she's going to try to recover herself, but you saw it there. She started off being honest, and then, of course, Al Sharpton, tried to reel her back in. Well, is Trump the right guy because he pardoned the January 6 people? Which, that always annoys the crap out of me. People act like January 6 was like the Civil War or something, or, well, they tried to take over the government. Yeah, you can't take over a government by storming into a building. If it was that easy, Russia would have already done it. China would have already done it, right? Some of these dictators would have already done it. If it was that easy, all you had to do was run into a federal building, to take over the U.S. government. Come on, stop it with the nonsense. Stop it. Anyway, so you heard it there. There was some truth in that, and even check out this report.
We've been talking so much about the numbers, and yeah, usually that's how you play devil's advocate, is you talk about, oh, well, stats say crime is down. However, I can tell you firsthand here in downtown D.C. where we work, right here around our bureau, just in the past 6 months, there were 2 people shot. 1 person died, literally 2 blocks down here from the bureau. It was within the last 2 years that I actually was jumped walking just 2 blocks down from here. And then just this morning, one of my coworkers said her car was stolen a block away from the bureau. So we can talk about the numbers going down, but crime is happening every single day because we're all experiencing it firsthand while working and living down here.
Coworker, car stolen, gone into the wind. But crime is down. Crime is down. Yeah, down from what? And in comparison to what? Right? Goodness gracious, man, these folks are absolutely ridiculous. All the Democrat Party stands for is going against Trump. That's it, and that is all. And they will continue to decline because Trump is actually on the 80% side while they stand on the 20. It is absolutely masterful to watch what Trump is doing. It is it's beautiful. It is, well, I should say it's masterful what Trump is doing, but it's beautiful to watch how he's absolutely executing this thing. It is beautiful to watch. Beautiful. He's not even a politician, but he's playing them better. He's playing them like a fiddle. It is absolutely incredible. Hopping on every 80% side of every single issue and watching them sprint to the 20% side. He's going to take care of this crime. Crime is going to go down. The city's going to become safe. And Democrats are going to be out here screaming, well, no, Trump can't do that. And meanwhile, all the citizens that live in there are going to realize, whoa, hey, I can actually walk around here without getting mugged. I can park my car on the side of the road without it being stolen. Well, actually, since Trump has been here, things have really changed. But of course, Democrats, man, they completely run in the opposite direction. And it's only going to sink their ship. And even CNN admitted it.
Yeah. What's striking is that National Democrats are not following Mayor Bowser's lead on this, and that National Democrats have been insisting, just look at the statistics. We have 30-year low, violent crime. Whereas Mayor Bowser is talking about, hey, we need to get 500 more police officers on the streets. We'd like the federal government to help us rebuild our jail. She's talking about some of the reforms she did to make it so accused violent offenders don't get out of jail pre-trial. So there is this disconnect, and I've talked to Democratic strategists today that think that, National Democrats saying, look at the statistics is sort of a tone-deaf way to react.
And it's very much, isn't this the exact same problem that Democrats had last year? Look at the statistics. We promise you the economy is great, while people are going, it doesn't feel great to me. That feels like a lot of this conversation around crime, that you can point to statistics all day long that say, hey, D.C. is safer this year than it was last year. But do people feel safe?
No. And we hear about instance after instance, situation after situation of violent crime happening. So when you sit here and you say, well, crime is down, people are eventually going to connect that to, well, the border's closed, the border's secure. You guys remember they were all telling us that? The border's closed, the border's secure. Meanwhile, people reporting in. Remember they said inflation will be transitory, right? It's just going to pop up just a little bit and just disappear. It's not going to be anything. Oh, how did that work out, right? So time and time again, the Democrat Party is constantly lying to us. But of course, their minions, right? Their minions on the left are going to be out here protesting 24/7, 365, 7 days a week. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, check out this clip.
The president has been trying to provoke violence right here in the black communities and in the brown communities, having ICE kidnap our neighbors, having the black community be harassed and profiled and want a response. We say, hell no, we won't go. Hell no, we won't go.
I've never been harassed or profiled. Not once. But carry on.
We won't go. Hell no, we won't go. When we say we won't go, that means we're not going into those mass incarceration, into their prisons and enslavement. We won't go into their ICE, what do you call his beautiful centers that he got. We won't go to where alligators live. Hell no, we won't go. 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 Today we gather to speak plainly about policy path that sounds strong, but in truth, it weakens the very safety we seek. We believe there is a better way to protect us all. One that respects rights to build trust and keep our communities truly safe, and that is fascism-free. Fear is not a roadmap to safety. It is a burial. It fails hardest on the black communities that already we bear a disproportionate share of surveillance, stops, and forces. I want to be clear, we've been here before. This is a long history. Well before today, the black communities bearing the brunt of aggressive policing. Data and reports from many credible organizations show patterns. Black people are more likely to be stopped, searched, questioned, arrested, and harmed in encounters with the law.
And why is that? Why is it? Be honest. Why is it? We all know the reason why. And I've told y'all before. I have family. I know plenty of people that have been put 6 feet in the dirt. You know who it was from? It wasn't the boogeyman white man. It wasn't the racist white man coming, right? It wasn't Donald Trump that came and put them 6 feet in the dirt. It was somebody that looked just like them. Black, right? But now you're crying because police are in the areas trying to arrest these people. And some of these folks will call me all types of names. They'll call me the C word, right? Me Uncle T, me all these types of names. But I'm the one that's actually telling the truth. They're the ones that are lying about it. Well, this stuff isn't going to keep our community safe. You ain't keeping your community safe in the first place. Because if they were safe, all of these black individuals who have garnered any type of money or wealth of any sort, they wouldn't have left those areas. They wouldn't have gone to live out with the white folks, right? They would have stayed. Why wouldn't you stay if it's so great? Man, it's so funny to watch some of these people talk, because I'm like, bro, you don't live in the hood. You don't. And if you did, the moment that you got any type of extra money in your pockets, the moment that you got the ability to move out, I guarantee you you're leaving. I guarantee you you're leaving. These people are so fake, bro. So fake and phony. I don't even want to listen to no more of this speech. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't even do it. Anyway, y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions about this. Do you think Trump will be successful in lowering crime in D.C.? Let me know in the comments below. And make sure you guys go subscribe to the second channel. It is called Extra Rich. That is XTRA. There's no E at the beginning. That's XTRA space RICH. I'll see you guys there. Peace and love. I'm out.